Welcome to All the Trek from Educating Geeks, the show where I watch every episode of Star Trek until I bend time and space to my will. I'm your host, Bree, and today I'll be reviewing episodes 27 and 28 of Star Trek, the original series. Episode 27, The Alternative Factor. In this episode, we meet a man who appears to have multiple personality disorder. It turns out he's just in a fight with a version of himself from another dimension. That's literally all I can remember. It's a little bit concerning that Star Trek manages to retread so much old ground in its first season alone. 1 out of 5 stars. There's really nothing else to say. Episode 28, The City on the Edge of Forever. Well, I wouldn't call a giant trans-dimensional onion ring a city, but I wasn't in charge of naming this episode. This episode gets complicated. It involves time travel, espionage, moral conundrums, and God knows what else. It feels like a feature-length film because so damn much happens. As far as I can tell, Bones accidentally overdoses on medicine. He ends up jumping through a sentient time travel onion ring, and he changes the trajectory of history. The crew ends up stranded on the planet, despite the fact that their starship was never made. And that just doesn't make any sense. Kirk and Spock jump through the portal to change history back to normal. They end up in the Great Depression, and Kirk falls in love with a homeless shelter lady who has highfalutin ideas about space travel and world peace. Spock attempts to engineer some type of television thing, and Kirk makes himself very available to the homeless shelter lady. Spock tells Kirk that the shelter lady has to die, and Kirk is like, Bones, meanwhile, is running around flipping his lid. He runs into Kirk, who tries to calm him down, and the shelter lady sees them from across the street. She skips on over to see what all the ruckus is about, and a car hits her. Kirk has to stop Bones from saving her, and it's actually really sad. Thanks to Shelter Lady's death, history goes back to normal, and the crew goes back through the Stargate. Everyone back in the future comments on the fact that it only took a couple of minutes for Spock, Bones, and Kirk to accomplish everything. To them, it felt like weeks. Kirk ends the episode with a heartbreaking, "Let's get the hell out of here." I really like this episode. The shelter lady was kind of a Mary Sue, but Shatner nails the courtship acting. Maybe the last couple terrible episodes have lowered my standards, but I gotta give this one a 5 out of 5. Thanks for watching All the Trek. Don't forget to check out what Megan and Alice thought of these episodes by clicking the link below. You should also check out the Educating Geeks website and find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Google+. Join me next week for another Trek Tuesday. Live long and prosper.